Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Dungeon Inn. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a preview build of the game. In fact, I'm under an embargo and I can't release this video for another month. So there's going to be some patches, some extra content added in between, so just be wary of that. What is this game all about? Well, it is a turn-based strategy game where you take on the role of a business owner managing an inn in between two lanes. You've got two guilds. The one lane has the Seaside Guild, and the other lane has the Mountain Guild. And people from both factions will be coming down at the same time, and they hate each other. And your goal is to attract customers from both sides without them meeting in your inn at the same time, like getting to your inn to check in at the same time. You've got two sides to your inn, the left side and the right side. Luckily, when you check in somebody from the left and get them in there, that's fine at that point. But if both factions go to check in at the same time, there will be a fight, which is bad. You're trying to stay off the radar. You're trying to keep a low suspicion rating. If one faction or the other gets too high in suspicion, you lose. And the way this works is it's turn-based. And every turn, people will go down these lanes. And depending on what items, what abilities you plop down in these lanes, it determines how these people will interact with that lane. For example, the signpost will attract people to the inn. So for 2 turns, the signpost will be there. Anyone crossing that signpost row will be attracted to the inn. Another one is an energy drink. It makes people faster. Anyone that passes that row will be faster for a short period of time. There's also a food stall, which slows people down, but also earns you money for anyone that passes that row, and so on. And to use these abilities, you need something called wisps. Wisps are like your energy, your action points. Think Slay the Spire. In Slay the Spire, you have to spend mana to play cards. In this game, you have to spend wisps in order to use these abilities on the lanes in order to manipulate the people that are moving down them. And the goal is you have to complete whatever that story's goals are for that week. Week 1, I think it was like attract 8 people from the left side, 8 people from the right side, and and make so much money, and you're good, and you move on to the next chapter. And the chapters get harder. Now, in between each chapter or part of the story, you can actually spend tokens from each faction to unlock new rooms to your inn. You can manage both sides of your inn. So you could put a pub in on the left side or the right side, or an extra set of beds so that you can get more people in at the same time. Typically at the start you only have room for 4 beds. People will check out every 4 turns. There's 20 turns to a chapter or a week, whatever it is, and every 4 days, I think it is, or every 4 turns, people will check out, which then opens up the beds. Now, if, unfortunately, both factions meet at your inn at the same time, a fight breaks out. That's bad for you because it raises suspicion. It shows one side that, hey, you are catering to both sides. So that's bad. You don't want that to happen. But if it does happen, you can actually put your whiffs down as guards to either side to ensure that one side wins over the other if you want to. But however, the survivors, that lose, or the people that lose, are going to be like, well, how did we lose this? That kind of thing. And they'll be more suspicious. So ultimately, you're trying to avoid the 2 sides from meeting at your inn at the same time while accomplishing your other goals before those 20 turns are up. That's the gist of it. And again, staying under the radar. Don't let your suspicion get too high. That's what you're doing in this game. And I'm having a great time with it because, at first I was overwhelmed. I'm like, there's just so much going on. But over time, I started getting the feel of this. It became an energy/action point management game where, I've got these abilities. They take time to refresh when I use them. How can I manipulate the right side and speed them up to get them into my inn, and then slow down the left side so that a bunch of people build up, and then I bring them in later when my signpost ability recharges for them. So I bring everyone from the right side in all at once, up to the bed limit, And then once they're done checking in, get my left side in before the 4 turns are up. And then everyone checks out, the bed's empty, and then I start that process over again. How do I slow down the one lane while speeding up the other lane and attracting these people in? That's typically what the strategies are that I've come to use in order to be successful at this. And again, typically it's just, get so many adventures in from the one side, so many adventures from the other side, earn so much gold. Don't be noticed by getting them to fight, that kind of thing. I'm really enjoying this title. I really am. I like the different events that pop up too, and even the random, I wouldn't say random, but they're like side objectives that pop up. Like this one guy, this one VIP came down the one lane and is like, if you serve me, I'll give you some extra money or extra rep or whatever. So I had to make sure that I timed him, I slowed him down enough to get him in there, because I had full beds on the 1 4 day stretch. So I had to like slow him down so that he would be part of the group that would come in on the next series of turns so that I can get him in there. And then I did that and I got extra bonus for it. And I love that you can add extra rooms too, which, by upgrading your inn, you add more rooms and you can increase the service and the money that you're getting. It's all quite fun, despite its cutesy nature. Despite the cats talking and, it don't let that fool you. It's not a cutesy easy game. This is actually this is a fairly, not intense, but it's a fairly moderately challenging strategy game. There's time management, there's energy management, there's some upgrades to your inn that you can make. So there's some management there. I enjoyed this. So go check out this game, this dungeon in game. Again, I can't publish this video for another month, but hopefully, I don't know when the release date is, but if there's a demo at that point, at least check it out then, because it's worth checking out. It was deceptively, it appeared cute at first on the surface, but it was deceptively strategic. I come to realize anyway. So yeah, go check out this game, Dungeon Inn. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.